We begin tonight with fake news CNN. In 9 years as the network's president, Jeff Zucker transformed CNN from a boring, left-of-center news outlet to a still boring, totally, completely, utterly dishonest, lying, anti-Trump, Fox-obsessed arm of the Democratic Party. Now Zucker's out. Bye-bye. Anyway, in a statement, he claims his resignation is because of a consensual relationship with another executive that he did not properly disclose. Okay? Let me be blunt. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that for 1 second. Now, mark my words, the real story will come out one day and probably sooner than later. To me, this statement, like so many other things of fake news CNN, it's total BS or total B-Schiff, Adam Schiff. Anyway, this statement, like so many other things of fake news CNN, it's not real. Zucker's relationship, okay, the whole world of media knew about this for years. It was not a secret. People from all across multiple networks, they have been talking about it for years. And remember, Mean Girl, Katie Couric, wrote all about it in her book published last year. So when Jeff Zucker's personal stenographer, Humpty the Dumpty, tweeted that CNN was stunned, Humpty was obviously lying. And as a final act of deep obedience as Zucker's stenographer, Humpty Dumpty has been spewing pro-Zucker propaganda all day. Now, we'll likely know a lot more in the days ahead, but his girlfriend at CNN, and it should, again, as it pointed out, it was a consensual relationship between them. Well, she formerly served, this is where it gets interesting, as the communications director for, that's right, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo several years ago. Now, it gets more interesting. Andrew's brother, former CNN host Chris Cuomo, is, according to numerous sources I have sources everywhere, they are preparing a lawsuit related to his own dismissal. And by the way, preservation notices have already been sent. Now, it would appear that the Cuomos know a lot about Jeff Zucker and the unethical practices and the double standards taking place at the so-called Facts First network. Now, my best guess is Jeff Zucker, I bet he's completely in the loop as it relates to Chris and Andrew Cuomo. And to what extent, time will tell. My prediction is Chris Cuomo is going to get his full contract paid out. They said they fired him for cause. And my other bet is he'll likely get a lot more money before all of this is said and done. But the problem is, look at poor Humpty Dumpty. He seems very, very nervous. Take a look.
Is the Chris Cuomo reference. Cuomo was fired in December, and he is not going out quietly. He was fired, and there were reports that he wasn't going to get paid the millions of dollars that were going to be on the remainder of his contract. So as a source said to me earlier today, he was trying to burn the place down. He was going to court trying to burn the place down and claiming that he had incriminating information about Zucker and Gullist. So if that's the case, if this is a domino effect that begins with Andrew Cuomo going down the governor's office, and then Chris Cuomo being fired from CNN, and then Jeff Zucker losing his job at CNN, that is a remarkable domino effect, a chain of events.
Now, it's official. Jeff Zucker's stenographer, that guy, Humpty Dumpty, is now in a boat without a rudder. What's Humpty going to do? Humpty, guess what? Kissing Jeff Zucker's ass like you've been doing for years, it's not going to advance your pathetic failing career anymore. Now, his very generous meal ticket is now gone, and now Humpty Dumpty may be close behind. Look at this from the Daily Mail. Insiders are calling for Humpty, that's Brian Stelter, to be fired after failing to report Zucker's, quote, open secret affair. Remember, Stelter is a so-called chief media correspondent for fake news CNN, and he never seems to notice when his dear leader or anyone on his network is doing something wrong. In fact, one source actually just referred to as Jeff Zucker's water boy, if you read the piece. You call yourself a journalist, right, Humpty? Pretty pathetic. Now, of course, we wish Humpty Dumpty well. We don't call for firings, but I'd be prepared for one. Now, journalists of fake news CNN, MSDNC, every other left-wing network, we don't call for these people to be fired. We don't call for censorship. I never have. I'm never going to. We don't call for boycotts either. I've explained why many times. You don't like what CNN is putting out there on the channel? Don't watch it. Change the channel. Please watch us. It's that simple. In fact, most Americans already on their own have changed the channel because almost nobody watches fake news CNN. I think the ratings are lower now than 9 years ago when Zucker took over. Now, their few remaining viewers are probably stuck in an airport if you want to know the truth. That's the great thing about freedom and individualism. And this is important because some of you get mad at me that I don't call for firings and boycotts and cancellations. You get to make the decision based on what's right for you. You don't need to control what your neighbor is watching or what they're eating or what they're celebrating or what they're wearing. You know, when people get mad at me because I don't support cancel culture, boycotts, and firings, you know, now you know why. And it's a simple answer. It's one word. It's Mel Gibson in Braveheart. Freedom. Freedom to decide what to watch. Freedom to listen to what you want to listen to. Freedom to eat what you want, maybe too much. Freedom to eat healthy. Freedom to drink. Freedom to, you know, you get to decide on, for example, the vaccine. Take it seriously. Do your research is my advice. Talk to your doctor. It could be a matter of life and death. But ultimately, freedom lets you decide that.